Sometimes a dream will come along with an unusual amount of strong energy that lingers with me for days, or sometimes even weeks after, which was the case with this next dream. It felt like I was there, because I'm sure on some interdimensional level I was there, which is why the energy felt so vivid and so powerful. Dreams like this carry that kind of high energy for a reason. There's a very important message in them for me to experience and/or to witness. I had recently posed a question to one of my spirit guides who refers to himself as Enoch. And my question was, "Okay, Enoch, what is it you would like to share next? What is it that you would like to say?" And this next dream came on that night. As we travel closer and closer to this new Earth transition, the old 3D energy vibrations are fading, and the new higher vibrations are entering. This melding pot of low energy leaving and new high energy entering on this planet appears to be creating a recipe for a lot of strangeness and confusion to take place around here. It is currently October of 2025 as I'm in the process of creating this video, and this next dream was fairly recent, on October the 26th of 2023. It was early evening, and I had a few friends over just casually hanging out. I noticed one of my friends standing in front of my large front window. He appeared to be mesmerized by something, which captivated my curious attention. I walked over towards the window, and as I approached it, I suddenly began to feel the sense of something very strange in the air. I looked out, up towards the sky, and I saw heavy overcast, with the clouds moving in very strange and unnatural ways. I noticed certain areas within the clouds that would brightly light up with various different colors and shapes, as if there was something behind the clouds that could not be seen. After several minutes, the lights would fade out and then show up again someplace else with different shapes and different colors. I began to feel a euphoric sense with something very powerful going on here. My friend then pointed up to our right and asked, "What's that?" I looked to see a large triangle-shaped craft slowly floating overhead with 4 smaller, brightly lit orbs trailing behind it. And at that moment, I realized something very unique was taking place here. I looked around to see people walking and vehicles passing by. I noticed something very strange and unnatural was taking place with motion. It was as if everything was glitchy. Their motion would occasionally stop and stutter, almost like everything was in a flicker movie. I turned to my friends and said, "It appears we have a glitch in the matrix going on here, guys." At that moment, I felt an inner sense that what we were witnessing here was in some way connected to this new Earth transition. I then saw what I understood to be a family of 4 walk up to the front door of my home trying to get in, but they could not. I intuitively understood that they used to live here in this home a very long time ago. They seemed confused or oblivious as to what was going on. I spoke to them. "You no longer live here in this home. You are lost and you need to find your way back to your true home," as they all turned to walk away. And it was at that moment when I began to feel the sense that the astral plane appeared to be bleeding in with the physical plane, and souls that were lost or confused after passing over were becoming much more visible to humans. I looked behind me to see my friends were in fear of this strange and bizarre activity that was taking place. But I felt a sense of excitement and curiosity. And my curiosity compelled me to step outside and take a closer look. When I stepped outside, I noticed that most people were in fear, but there were also several people like myself that were not afraid and were curious and very calm. I looked up to the skies again. I noticed the clouds were growing thicker and darker to the point where it almost appeared to be becoming nighttime. I felt a sense of total awe wash over me as I wondered what amazing event we might experience next. I woke from the dream and thought to myself, was that Enoch's response to my recent question? I then glanced at the clock to see it was 12:34, or 1, 2, 3, 4. We should never ignore those strange coincidental moments. Synchronicity like this is one way our guides attempt to communicate with us. And this synchronistic moment validated my current thought. In the dream, especially during the scene when I turned to my friends and said, "It appears that we have a glitch in the matrix going on, guys," I felt the sense that this strange activity I was witnessing was connected to our great transition into the higher densities of the new Earth as we travel from the third through the fourth and into the fifth density. There is a metaphorical yet also very literal veil that separates those dimensions, and those veils have been thinning for some time. As they grow thinner and thinner over time, realities of consciousness that appear to be strange and bizarre to us are bleeding through those veils and can appear to us as strange and unusual activities that we have come to refer to as glitches in the matrix. The strange activity I was witnessing in this dream felt tenfold compared to the strange activity we are witnessing at this current time. They are documented all over the internet and can be easily found with a little research. I've seen videos of birds that suddenly freeze in mid-flight for a short period of time and then suddenly just continue on. I've seen security camera videos of people walking that will just suddenly freeze in mid-step for short periods of time, as if someone hit the pause button in a movie. And so as time goes on and the new Earth vibrations climb higher and higher, I feel that this dream is showing me glimpses of what we might expect to witness in our near future. Some of these dream scenes may have been symbolic, while others were literal, but the general big picture of the message was very clear. Something very strange and unusual, yet also very unique, is going on around us. And I personally find this to be a very exciting time to be here. What major events might we experience next here on planet Earth? Anything and everything is possible.